This is a bit frosty this morning. Well, it's lunchtime. I would have expected it to have been a bit brighter and a bit more thought out than this. But there we go. Alright, now this is an experiment. I'm just showing you what I'm actually doing. It's not a tutorial or anything. It's just a little bit of info. So obviously I've got the microphone here. Have to do something with it, and I'm trying not to just put it next to my machine, but that's not that easy. So I'm trying to hutch my chair over. I don't know whether this is possible because I've took my needle. I need to have several hands and I've only got the two. So what I'm doing is I have quilted this much, and this is a scrappy piece of lovely fabric made from lots of scrappy pieces, and I'm not going to talk to you because I will just get all mixed up. The only thing is I am trying to keep, I will get in my own way, but I'm trying to keep this marker as near to that seam as I can. Whoops. Now you may well have spotted that I will crash into the wall, it will crash into the wall, and it will crash into this side. So that's why I need a bit of concentration. So I'm not going to talk anymore, and I don't know what you'll see or whether you'll see anything. So here we go. This is coming just a little bit loose at the back, so I'll just have to smooth that out a bit. Catching on something. So I have a quilt sandwich. I have the front, I have the by Annie soft and stable, and or it could be Bosal. I think it might be Bosal. And I have the backing, the lining. The measured piece of fabric, the measured quilt sandwich is quite a bit bigger than I'm needing because I've got to cut into it. You're never quite sure how much it will distort as you're sewing it. Now what you can do is sew from that side to that side, but the centre of where my needle falls nearest to that red line is off very slightly, and if I do it the other way coming back, it's slightly off when it meets, so that doesn't work for me. I have to remember to, whoops, my needle's down. I have to remember to switch it to from 3.5 when I'm coming this way to 4 when I'm going that way, and I won't remember. So this is the best I can do, except that what I should have done is put my, I can't even remember what it is, but anyway, I've not got my table on the machine. And I can't reach it, it's right over there now I'm set up, so I'm going to manage but it will get much more difficult as I get nearer the end. So here we go. Caught on something. Whoa. And I've not got my needle down facility. It's become. Oh gosh. You do lots of hands. Not just two hands. You can try various things of putting something on so that it'll curl up, or putting. What I really needed to do was to move my desk out so it could fall down the back, but that's not what I'm up to. That is what it's looking like, and that's what it's looking like on the back. That'll do for now in terms of video, because I just need to speed on a bit. Okay, so lots of people on the By Annie Facebook page talk about doing bobbin chicken, and I didn't know what that was really, but it's carrying on and the hope that you've got enough on your bobbin underneath. Well, I've just noticed I've not got a lot on this spool, and I have to go finish this length and then go down again. We shall see, but I'll get some more tomorrow if so. And I daren't look at my bobbin. Good morning, it's Vlogmas Day 10, Saturday morning, and I'm just calling in the garden centre. They've got a craft section and all their Gutterman thread. All their Gutterman thread is reduced. So anyway, I'm going in here, show you a bit of the Christmassy bit if there's not too many people around. Okay, see you later. That is very pretty. It's looking a bit downcast. It's gone a bit frozen over now. Okay. Get you in the Christmas tree. That's very pretty, all the red and white.
Can you get me a barcode, please?
A barcode. So we're still on the 10th, and I just brought you to Fleetwood. I'm nipping into the Fleetwood market and just to get some haberdashery. I want some braid if I can get it. I'm just going to turn slowly, and the men's shed that I've just pointed to, that is a really important charity in Fleetwood. It's a social, I'll explain it better after. So anyway, welcome to Fleetwood Market, but as you can see, walking is a little bit treacherous. It's hailstone, not snow, but it's frozen again, so it's really quite slippy. So I'm just going to take my time and go in, and then I'll probably be back with you once I come out. Okay. So I'm back now from the garden centre that had a sale on all the craft things, and all these only came to £12, including that pair of fancy Seaside Stitches socks. So I'm very pleased with that. And then over to this side, I've bought quite a few trimming things because I'm going to trim up an outfit, and some of you will understand what that's about, but that's that side. And then that was from Fleetwood Market, and then coming across again, this is from Fabrics at Fleetwood, and this is also for the trimming up. But I also bought some of these lightweight beads, following on from, she's a YouTuber. I think she's relatively new to YouTube. I will put her name down below. I really love her style of vlog, and it's something like Let's Sew Happiness, or Sparkle with Sparkle, or something like that. Anyway, she was describing how to do a necklace with beads wrapped in fabric. So I'm going to have a go at that. It may not be for this Christmas, but I spotted I spotted the beads, and that is the cat. She's just going to make herself known. And then I have a couple of friends who aren't keeping very well, and asked for some love and light, or some Reiki healing, or just evidence that someone is thinking about them. So I'll just put up a Reiki grid. So that's that. And right, I should go and see what the cat wants, send lots of love to everyone, and I'll be upstairs having another go with the wobbly guy. A happy accident. I was sorting out the lights, and and I popped them back in the box, and now they're not only on, but keep doing a little bit of a flash. That's funny. Hi, it's Susan at Seaside Stitches, and I'm coming on again, still on the 9th. I'm going to have to join a few together. I went out this morning. I just realised earlier I've still got my scarf on. I know I keep going on about it being cold, but it's been cold. This is just a quick catch up really. It's gone dark now outside, so I don't know how the light will be on this. The main thing I've done today, although it hadn't been my intention had been back to do the yellow boy. I have pressed him and done his other arm with the disc, but not sewn that yet. But I have had a really a satisfying tidy up really, and I've ordered my patterns again and changed the shelves a little bit, and I'll pull the camera further back later and just take some footage and add that in. But I'm going to be I'm going to be signing off shortly, and I'm going to have some tea. The only thing that I got done yesterday, I just have to jump up. It was a really busy day yesterday. I was working yesterday, and then we were having some technology problems which we just wanted to get sorted for the weekend. We nipped out to an electrical shop and they didn't have what we wanted. It just became quite frustrating. So we had a nice lunch out, and then when we came back it was just like flop really. So just the end of the week kind of flop. And then I was a bit frustrated that I'd got no sewing done. I did do a bit of ironing and pressing of some fabrics and the little yellow wobbly guy. But then I realised I just could do with just doing something, you know, it's not exactly mindless, but anyway, I decided to pick up this again, which I cut out I found lots of scraps of this fabric that I'd made a dress from in 2020 and I couldn't get it right. I managed to get it right. I altered it, I changed the pattern, I mashed it up really, and I found that when I was going through my scraps recently that I'd got loads of bits and bobs of funny shaped things. So what I did was just laid them all on the table, and then I cut them into rectangles and I sewed them up, and that's what this is. And then I put a layer of By Annie Soft and Stable in the middle of it, and then backed it with one of the plain cottons that I've got that, I hit myself in the face. It kind of goes with one of these flowers. So I just decided I would just put the first lot of quilting stitch rows into it. It's going to be an open wide. It will be a lot smaller than this when I've done it, but the pattern is always quite a lot bigger than you need until you've quilted the piece, and then all your measurements will be there to cut it all out. And then so I will prepare. I'm not doing this as a thing for before Christmas or before the yellow wobbly guy, but I couldn't really face doing something with lots of thought to it, so I feel quite satisfied about this. I did video just about the last 3 rows of the stitching, and I'll pop that in if it came out alright. So that's all I did really yesterday in actual sewing. And this morning, and then I realised that I'd only got little bits of the royal blue thread, and our local garden centre is getting rid of their craft section. And the last few times I've gone in, they were selling off their Gutterman thread from the display case thing, and it was all down to £1. And then this morning there was 70% off all crafting things, because they really do want it all gone. So I even bought some skeins of embroidery thread that turned out to be only 37p, and I've no idea what I would do with them, but just because I revisited that crossword Home Sweet Home that I showed on, I think it was my vlog number 3, I'm not quite sure, vlog number 3 I think, that I took the Home Sweet Home cross stitch that I'd done in 1996 or something like that. I resurrected it and I took it to our David and Amy to see if they would like it for their new home, and if they'd like me to reproduce it so that it's not a bit brownish around the edges, then I'm quite happy to do that. But I can't find the same pattern anywhere. Anyway, so on the way back from being down there, I picked up a cross stitch book which I've not looked at for, I don't know, 20 years or something. So I just was like, oh, maybe I could start doing that again. But it was 70% off some embroidery thread was just a bit too much for me, so I got that. And then I took myself off to Fleetwood Market because I wanted to get some braid or some decorative Christmassy things to decorate a skirt. We are drumming in a fundraising event in Wigan Town Centre next Saturday the 17th, and I don't want to buy a full Father Christmas or Christmas fairy or sprite or elf or whatever costume, so I'm going to hopefully, if I have time, decorate a dark green skirt. And so I'll just reach for these. So I did go slightly mad and bought a few Christmassy ribbons and I've also got a denim jacket that I've had quite a while that I bought from a charity shop that is a size 16. It's a little bit big for me, but it's got a nod to a military kind of jacket. So I thought I could, if I can make sure I'd be warm enough underneath, then I could decorate the jacket as well. So we'll see what happens. Maybe nothing will happen. Didn't have the traditional kind of braid that I was going for, so that it was a bit more folky, where I could have had white puff sleeves and all that, but it's winter, isn't it, and we don't know how cold it's going to be. So that's that for now for Saturday, and I shall video again tomorrow and then probably put them both out together. Well, I didn't video anyway, it doesn't matter. I didn't do an intro or an outro for Friday. I've done an intro and an outro for Saturday and tomorrow's, and hopefully we'll have a bit more of Mr. Yellow Wobbly Guy to show you. Okay, sign off now then. Thank you. I hope you've had a lovely day. I hope the weather is good and life is being good to you, and sending lots of love and so many thanks for you joining in Vlogmas and watching some of my videos. Thank you and good night. Bye.